Hi Gemini, it is CJ. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing awesome. This reading is going to be a general read, so it may not resonate as it's not a one-to-one, of course. Take what flows and let go of what does not, okay? What else am I going to say? All of a sudden I just feel scrambled. I am going to be using my Rebel deck for this reading. Felt like I wanted to kind of lighten the energy a little bit. It was guided towards it. Now, if you're offended by swear words, a little bit of cursing, you might want to hit off right now and come back another time, or maybe forward a little bit, because these cards they're a little bit crass, but at the same time, the energy, the messages that come through are usually pretty spot on for the messages my guides have. So we are going to use them. So I'm just giving you a couple seconds. If you don't want to listen to some, swear words, please feel free to click off and come back another time. All right, so Gemini, let us get into your reading and see how things are going for, the month of June. Could be a little bit in July. Let's keep it all fluid. Time is fluid as it is. There is no linear clock in the universe. Okay, so let us begin. God, what is going on with my speaking? I feel a little wobbly. Okay. All right, so let's start. For Gemini, what message do you have for Gemini, or beautiful air sign? What's going on for Gemini? Okay, what do we have? Stay away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and, I don't even know what this word is, spirulina tastes like ass. It says eat some yummy stuff. Bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. Okay, so Gemini, the energy that I'm actually picking up from this card is really like, if you're going through something right now that is just feeling heavy and you're worn out and you're just trying to do the very best you can, on top of that you're trying to take well care of yourself physically and all of that stuff, remember it's okay to have a little indulgence once in a while, especially if you're going through something that is just really exhausting, to treat yourself a little bit. I really feel like that's what this card is speaking of, is like, give yourself a break, really. That's what I'm hearing. It's give yourself a break, allow yourself to take that time off, take that day off, take that evening off, whatever it may be that you can fit into your life, and treat yourself to a few things. If that's like getting your favorite chocolate bar and a favorite glass of wine or a favorite tea or something like that, allow yourself to indulge, You work so bloody hard all the time, and once in a while, you deserve to have a beautiful treat without having guilt, okay? So, and let me just see what's on the bottom of the deck. You're the shit is what it says. And it says, don't forget it. So, totally the energy that I'm feeling, I feel like you put a lot of pressure on yourself, Gemini. And, you are such a lovely air sign, and you are great at communication. You're great at really understanding other people's point of view, etc. You're also very giving. Yeah, maybe this is going to be the time when you are drawn to this reading that you really actually need to just give yourself a little bit of a break. Indulge just a little bit. Treat yourself, because you're the shit. You are the shit, it says. And they're saying, don't you forget it, okay? So let's get into the tarot and see what this is about. All right, let's get 3 cards for Gemini. It doesn't mean you're falling off. I'm not trying to say, don't eat healthy or don't exercise or any of that stuff. But what I am saying, what I'm suggesting is in whatever way you feel is indulgent, do something good for yourself. And don't feel guilty about it. We all need a little bit of reward, especially when we've been working our butts off in something or dealing with something. Okay, for Gemini, one more time. All right, let's begin. Death. Wow, Scorpio's card right off the start. 5 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. See, I can feel exactly why these cards came out. because I feel like you are stressing right now. There's a lot of things you're juggling even. And there's a feeling of you being alone and everything on your shoulders. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. We do have the Sun showing up after that. So let's start with death. As I said, Scorpio's card. Gemini, there's something here that's got to be transformed. There's something that has to die out. It could be a relationship. It could be a situation. It could be just a way of thinking and dealing with things. Maybe taking too much on your shoulders. I'm really feeling like that in this reading. But it has to die out. There's got to be this change here. Because I feel like you're doing everything, and whoever is around you, or whatever this is in regards to, it's going to be different for everyone. But I just feel like all the weight is on your shoulders. So something has to die out here. This needs to shift. There needs to be, you need to get some help, or something's happening, because there's a new thing that needs to start. When death shows up, it's like you've been doing everything for a certain way, or you've been in a relationship for a certain way, for a certain time, and maybe it hasn't been working out, so something has to change. Because otherwise you're just going to stay in that same energy going forward. And I don't feel like that is what is waiting for you with the Sun showing up. But if we move into the second card, we've got the Five of Pentacles. I don't like this energy. You got to be truthful. The Pentacles is our finances, our material things. It's also our self-worth. And the Five of Pentacles here, it just feels normal. Normally it means abandonment. Some of you Geminis might have been abandoned. Because we do have the Two of Cups as the overall energy here. But Five of Cups is abandonment. It's feeling impoverished. It's feeling alone. It's like being left out in the cold. Everyone else is having a good life. Everyone else is celebrating, and you're stuck out in the cold, and there's no one that is actually really, you feel like no one's helping you here. And you know you need to make this change because the Two of Pentacles is right beside it, which is all about juggling here. Not able to make a decision and just trying to keep everything afloat, trying to keep it all going here. And, you know, again, like I said, it could be for a love relationship that there needs to be something that shifts. There needs to be a balance brought in. Two of Cups is usually my happy partnership, whether it's romantic or otherwise, right? We have many different kinds of relationships, but it's of equal give and take. It's usually in a beautiful harmony and balanced. But because of the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles and death showing up here, I'm feeling like there's something that is not. There's something that is jaded. There's something that is more on your shoulders is really what I'm feeling. And that's why I feel like the Rebel cards, where it's like, you know, eat that yummy shit, you know, get some. Give yourself some breaks. Give yourself a reward. You know, you are worth it. You are deserving of it. And perhaps you've forgotten that, and that's why You Are the Shit card came out, because you are, you know? And so take this as a reminder to remember who you are, Gemini, and remember all those beautiful qualities that you have. And if you've been taking on more of a workload than you should and is burning you out, something has to adjust here. I'm going to go into my Light Seers deck and see what needs to come out. If it's with a relationship, you know, could be, even if it's work, right? You might be doing all the work in a relationship and you are burning out. Well, it's time for you to have that conversation with, whether if you have a boss or something like that, it's time to actually get everyone to share the load here and help out. Five also is always about change, and death being on the side of it, it's like this is going to be changing, but you actually need to start prioritizing yourself first. Bottom of the deck, and I shuffled off camera before, is the Three of Swords. So you may be suffering from a broken heart here. And like I said, for a few of you, maybe someone's walked out on you. Could be vice versa as well, but maybe someone has left you. And it hasn't made you feel very good. And so I'm here to remind you, wow, Nine of Swords has just flipped out. So there has been a lot of goddamn pain and a lot of anguish. You probably aren't even sleeping very well because of whatever has happened here. The Nine of Swords is that is exactly what it means. It's sleepless nights, it's anxiety, it's stress. It is feeling alone too. So we got to make a decision here. We have to make a decision. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups, choice needs to be made. And Spirit is really wanting you to remember your worth and to love yourself. And so maybe you're not into like chocolate or any of that stuff, and maybe you take really great care of your body. Awesome. What are some other things that you can do though that you find that are indulgence? A hot bath, a wonderful walk on your own, listening to your favorite music, whatever that is, taking those 2 hours to read a book or listen to some great relaxation, yoga, whatever. But do those things for yourself. This reading is all about you putting yourself first. So it's written all over these cards. All right, is there anything else for Gemini for when they receive this reading? Show me clearly. 7 of Pentacles. Wow. See, 7 of Pentacles is all about looking at everything that you put into a situation, a job, a career, a family, a relationship, marriage, whatever it is, and looking to see, have you gotten out of it what you've put in? And I feel you just definitely have not. You have not gotten what you've been putting in. If you've been putting in 80%, the other person or the other co-workers, however this may apply, Gemini, they're only putting in 20. You've been carrying the weight. I just can feel it on my shoulders. So this has to change. What can you do? What can you do to change that so that you aren't carrying the heavy burdens? Let's get a clarifier on the 2 of Pentacles. Perhaps Spirit will give you an advice card. Seven of Wands. You got 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands here. Okay, this card is saying, Gemini, you need to start defending yourself. And you also need to almost put yourself in a bubble where no one can get at you. See the 7 Wands at the very bottom of this? She's in like a globe. It's like a bubble. But she's just placed herself there. She's in a beautiful Zen yoga pose. And she's very peaceful. And she's looking away, ignoring whoever's carrying these wands, whatever these wands represent to you. This is the advice. You need to do that. You need to actually take a step back, start paying attention a little bit more to yourself, remembering your worth, do something kind to yourself, and put everything else a little bit on the back burner. If you are working somewhere and you feel like you're the one that does all the work, Gemini, and everyone else just sits around and around the coffee and water fountain, and they just talk about their weekend or the night before or whatever, meanwhile you're running around the office, if it's the office, for example, working your ass off trying to get everything done. No, take a couple steps back now. Do it. Start taking your power back. Start taking your control back. The sun wants to come out for you. And you are worthy of that. If it's a relationship, same deal. Start doing things for yourself and just hold back a little bit from what you've been giving. This is a clear message for you. You don't need to carry all of this heavy burdens on yourself. So try to find ways to lessen the load. Anything else that wants to come out, please? I feel like this one. The Knight of Cups. Okay, I do kind of feel like this is more about a love relationship, but it doesn't have to be. But the Knight of Cups, this is like, Gemini, you are very strong and intellectual, right? You're great at communicating, all that stuff, and you're a go-getter. You may also not be telling others how burnt out you're feeling. And so you need to perhaps make yourself a little bit more vulnerable and express what you're feeling. People around you might be so caught up in the fact that Gemini does everything and hey, and usually with a grin on their face and is happy to do it all. Time for you to actually speak your truth. Knight of Cups is about being vulnerable, wearing your heart on your sleeve, and allowing others to know how you've been feeling. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Hermit. That's Virgo's card. So getting that clarity, again, taking that time out for yourself. There's no one else around the Hermit here. Purposely takes himself out and puts him kind of at the top of a mountain, floating here. And just is really being reflective of like, okay, what is working for me? What isn't working for me? How do I change things? And getting that introspection and relying more on your higher wisdom to lead you to a place where you are not going to be so burnt out and so worn out. So that's what your reading is looking like here. It's about you putting yourself as a priority, Gemini. So I am going to close this reading off now. I'm going to get you a Wisdom of Oracle. This is pretty clear to me what needs to happen if this is resonating with you. Putting yourself first. No more juggling. Wow. Round and round. I bet you feel like this is how it's been. Round and round means you are in a hamster wheel that you cannot get off. You keep trying to do things differently. Maybe you've even told people, you know, I can't do all of this, or I'm not going to do all of this. I'm burnt out. I'm worn out. Maybe you've told them on some certain level, but they haven't taken you seriously. There's a need for you to actually show your vulnerability of, like, if you're getting burnt out, you really actually need to express that. Because round and round just says, it feels like you just have been stuck. Okay? I want to keep going here. Let's get another one. Let's get another card. One more card for Gemini, please. Otherwise, if you don't, it will continue to go round and round. Exchanging gifts. Let me just put my deck down and I can pick it up. Here and now, that's all about being in the present. This is what needs to happen. Exchanging gifts is exactly that. It's that equal give and take. You cannot possibly do everything. Others around you, and however this may relate to you, Gemini, they have to be able to give back too. And unfortunately, if you don't actually express how burnt out and worn out you are, then no one's going to hear you. And if you have said, I have told people and no one's listening, my partner, whatever, then you got to make some physical changes so that you are not carrying the heavy load anymore. It's time for this, all of this, to be shared with others, whoever those might be for you. Because you've just been carrying a very heavy load. I just keep feeling like that. And if you don't, it's just going to continue to go around and around and around. And you don't want that, because you need to be able to be healthy and enjoy your life as well. So, final message is, you're the shit. Don't forget it. All right? Let others help. Okay, Gemini, that's what I have for you. So I hope it helps in some way. Thank you again for your support. I truly appreciate you being here. I love you guys. Good things will come to you. Stand your ground and start putting yourself as a priority. Okay, we'll see you next time.